Future Rhodes Scholar Michael Brown of Ferguson, Missouri, was strolling down the middle of a street with his buddy Dorian Johnson after strong-arming a local store out of a carton of cigarillos. Officer Darren Wilson stopped him and, well, let's be real, Brown attacked the officer. Johnson fled the scene. When he returned, the media was already there, so Johnson decided to create a phony narrative that Brown had his hands up and was yelling, "Don't shoot." Police Law News that St. Louis is voting to rename a city street after Michael Brown. And we're going to talk about it. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With cold, blunt analysis cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's time for the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
A grand jury subpoenaed witnesses of the attack. Those supporting the false hands up, don't shoot narrative fell into three categories. Those that admitted they lied, those that claimed to be telling the truth but got known facts wrong, and those that decided not to show up. Not a single witness who claimed that the officer was at fault offered testimony that held up to scrutiny. If you want to hear me read the grand jury's report on the eyewitness testimonies, follow this link or go to the link in the description. So let's read the bill. Board Bill number 69, introduced by Alderman Rasheen Aldridge. An ordinance authorizing the honorary street name of Michael O.D. Brown Way. O.D. Interesting initials. Pursuant to ordinance number 68937, which shall begin at the intersection of Tucker Boulevard and Clark Avenue and run north on Tucker Boulevard to the intersection of Tucker Boulevard and Market Street. Whereas on August 9th, 2014, Michael Brown, an unarmed black teenager, was shot and killed by a Ferguson police officer. And whereas Brown's tragic death sparked a global movement known as the Ferguson Uprising, an effort that transformed a hashtag into the nation's leading civil rights movement and forged a potent political condition here in St. Louis that elected black reformers in St. Louis to top offices, including a prosecutor, multiple aldermen, a congresswoman, and a mayor. Whereas Michael Brown's legacy on the city of St. Louis should be recognized for the impact that his life had on our city, on our nation, and across the world. Notice that they don't say that Michael Brown was in the right or that the officer was at fault. Gee, I wonder why. If you want to see how pervasive a lie can permeate society's conscience and how the media propagates it, just watch this news clip of the Michael Brown riots.
Well, much has been said about how Mike Brown died in the past 4 days. Well, tonight we're finding out more about how he lived.
Why?
Fox 2's Andy Banker is live with the young man known as Big Mike and why friends and family say he was big in more ways than one. Andy?
Mandy, I want to show you something first. A calm night in Ferguson here at the police department. About a dozen demonstrators back here as opposed to hundreds in the previous days. And the people who knew Mike Brown best say maybe this is a better reflection of who he was.
Why, is that a jail in the background?
A mountain of a young man with plans to start his own business and dreams of becoming a star.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, we'll see about these plans and dreams.
It is their heartbreaking nightly ritual. Michael Brown's sisters, cousins, and aunt relighting candles at the very spot he died.
For my nephew.
A big brother to two little sisters and a brother, Big Mike. Big smile and at close to 6'4".
Notice that they never use this photo in their press releases. No, it's always him with his cap and gown on.
A big young man.
Just a sweet kid.
Big dude.
Big guy. Yes, I had to, look up.
The fact that he was so large actually works against him. If he was a small dude, Officer Wilson would have had less reason to shoot him. Did you stop to think about that there, Mr. News Reporter?
I call him Mike. He's a great kid. Great kid. He gave like one of those smiles that Mike always gives. You know, Big Mike always gives.
Neighbor Marquise Mole last saw Brown when Brown was walking to Quick Trip. A few minutes later, Mole saw Brown's distraught mother and Mike's body in the street.
Notice that there's no mention here of the robbery at the Quick Trip. We wouldn't want to spoil the narrative.
The same kid who would help unload Mole's work truck and help Marquita Davis's cousin with her 2 sons.
And help himself to cigarillos.
I had started, you know, my little janitorial floor tech business. He was like, when you gonna hire me?
You know, she's a single mom and she has 2 boys, and he'd take them to the store, just do little things with them, you know, so he was just a sweet kid who didn't deserve it.
Hands up! Just before his death, he'd begun recording rap music, right?
Oh, he was recording rap music. He's a rap artist. Code word for unemployed.
Right there at his grandma's house, chasing a dream and a short life friends and family say will forever eclipse his death.
The thing is, he made a mark in history, not just a mark on the street.
Mike Brown would be in his first week at Vatterott College right now.
Oh, really? I didn't see anybody talking about that. That just comes out of the blue. Did you check to see whether he was enrolled? Or was this just another story?
Learning the heating and cooling trade while still working on his music career.
There was no music career. Give me a break. If anyone knows how to get a hold of Officer Darren Wilson, let me know. I'd love to have him on my show. Until then, like my video and subscribe to my channel.